Hey, this is YohaTube. I'm finally making my Raw review slash my thoughts slash, whatever I thought. Actually, this is all the stuff I wrote down from watching it. Because I don't have like DVR set up and I don't have cable in my room. So usually what I do is I watch Raw on BitTorrent. So I BitTorrented it that night and I watched it. And then I wrote down everything that I saw. And then there's probably some of you out there wondering why I don't ever show my face. Reason is because I'm on my Android phone recording things, and it's a lot easier for me to upload stuff from my phone to YouTube, and me just doing it this way is just easier for me, because I don't want to be doing that the whole time, holding the camera up to my face. That's kind of retarded. Okay, so let's start with the Raw review. So they start off with we get your little introduction, and then so it's as stated from last week, it's The Miz versus Bray for the WWE title, and we all know that CM Punk is the real champ. But so then we're in the back. They show everybody in the back, and everybody's all watching on the monitors, and I'm like, ooh, Gail Kim looks good. She has sexy legs. But the match with John Cena, or match with Rey and Miz was actually pretty good. Miz has gotten way better since he first came in WWE, and everybody was like, who is this guy? Over his small time in the WWE, he's gotten a lot better, and he actually can work a match. But he did this like springboard powerbomb on Rey Mysterio. That was really cool, where he bounced him off the top rope and then powerbombed him. And like Miz did his puts his leg out DDT, and he did the reality check. And Miz made a mistake, and Rey capitalized on it, hit the 619, and hit his splash, and he won the title. And then, of course, Del Rio comes out, and he's carrying his briefcase. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna cash in. Gives the briefcase to the ref. Rey lays him out, and then Rey takes off. And Del Rio's like, oh, I didn't cash it in. And then, like, there's a commercial, I think, and then we go backstage, and then there's Ray holding the title. It's as big as he is. And we get to see Zack Ryder, and there's all the faces back there. And they're just, like, pouring champagne on him, and it's pretty cool. And then there's John Cena, and he's like, oh, congrats. And we're like, oh, okay. Then we have, the next match was Dolph Ziggler against Evan Bourne, and the whole match is just Evan Bourne kicking Dolph Ziggler and doing like his high risk stuff. And Jerry Lawler called Evan Bourne, he called him Rey Mysterio. There's a little botch there. Then he went for the shooting star press and he missed it. So Ziggler hit a zigzag, and he put him in the sleeper hold one. And then after that, another commercial. And he went into a segment with the Keystone guy from the Keystone beer commercials, and you had the Bella twins and Eve Torres, and they're going back and forth with Twin talking about how there's no way to tell them apart, and so like one of the Bell twins, he has a Sharpie pen, he draws a tattoo. It was actually a very funny segment. And yeah. And after that we had a Divas tag team match. I honestly don't even remember who's in it. It's pretty sad that, the Divas tag team matches or divas are just really sexy girls. Can't work. Times like this I miss Karma and like Mickie James and Beth Phoenix, Gail Kim. Yeah, and honestly, I'd rather just see girls who can actually wrestle than girls just bounce around. I know it sounds kind of weird, but that's just who I am. Because I did enjoy women's wrestling when it was like Trish Stratus and Lita, and even before then when it was like Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young. Even when they were like ancient, they still put on really decent matches, a lot better than the Divas now. And the whole tag team match with the Divas is just ah! Ah! And then after that we get they tease that Triple H comes out and he does his announcement, and he's like, oh, John Cena didn't get a fair shot, so I'm going to give him a title match tonight. And so I'm like, I kind of knew what was going to happen after that. And then some, like, when I thought about that, I was like, if it was going to be, you know, John Cena was going to have the title match at the end, it should have just been Miz versus John Cena. It shouldn't have been Rey Mysterio versus John Cena. So it doesn't make sense for two faces to go against each other. So it was just like, okay, we know the outcome of that. And then Triple H is teasing a return. And he says, I've been trying to get this guy to sign for weeks, and everybody starts yelling, CM Punk, CM Punk. But it's actually Jim Ross, which is really cool. And then Jim Ross comes out to a decent pop, and Michael Coal Miner's daughter starts crying. Not literally, but, you know, starts whining. He's like, Jim Ross, he barbecue sauce, and he's just whining and standing on top of the announce table, and Triple H is like, oh, okay. Puts him in his place, and he's like, you want to leave? Okay, you can leave, but I'll get you for breach of contract. And he puts Michael Coal Miner's daughter in a match. And he's like, you're going to go up against he doesn't say, he's like, you're up in a match next. But before that, R-Truth comes out, and he's just talking, and his conspiracy theory heel character is excellent. I don't care what anybody says. And he's just pretending like he has imaginary friends, like, did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? And Triple H makes fun of him by playing on that, and R-Truth is like, what are you talking about? And then R-Truth leaves. And then that's when Triple H set up the match for Michael Cole. And then he's like, well, you better go change because you're up next. And so Michael Cole comes out. Or no, wait, hold on. Yeah, and John Morrison also came back too, because R-Truth was leaving, and he's like, oh, I got a special surprise for you, R-Truth. And then John Morrison comes out. And I'm going to have to do a part 2 of this video, because I'm actually running out of time. So, I will upload part 2 in a couple minutes after I upload this one to YouTube. So, see you guys then.